Hi guys, you're highly welcome back to Heminess Stitches channel. My name is Bukola. It's been a while. You're highly welcome guys. Today's tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with us how to make a female trouser pants. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, please. Support this channel. Let's grow together. Let's get started. As you can see, this is folded into two. So the first thing to do is to determine your band height. Since we are putting band in our trouser, first thing you determine your band height. The band height I'm using is 2 inches. So just place your 2 inches on your guideline. Here is the guideline. Just place it like so. Then you mark your crotch length. I've marked my crotch length. I'm supposed to mark my knee measurement, but I won't mark it now. I want to teach us how to calculate our knee length measurement without taking the measurement, and it works out well. So the trouser length is 41. I'll be marking my trouser length or ankle length 41, then plus 2 inches for sewing allowance to this place, to this ankle length. Then you divide it by 2. Divide it by 2. Here is the minch. Then you now count 2 inches upward, or you can count 1.5. You can make it 1.5 inches, but for this tutorial I'll be using 2. This is the middle, 1, 2. Then you rule it. You extend the points. I've extended the points. So the next thing is to come back to this our hip area. Hope you can see. Hope it's clear. So the first thing I'll be doing, I'll be marking 1/2 inch for my sewing allowance. Let me call it ease, for ease here. I'll be marking it here. This is my crotch line, don't forget. So now, the first thing you are going to put now is you divide your hip measurements by 4. Then you place 1/4 on this place. The 1/4 of my hip circumference measurement is going to be this. So I've marked it here. Then I will now place 1/4 of my hip circumference on my waistline. This is going to be our waistline now. Hope you can see. So just place 1/4 like so. Then mark it. Mark it. After done with that, just come in by 1/2 inch. 1/2 inch like so. Then you that on this waistline, just place your tape measure like this. Make it face you like this. That is 1/4 of your waist circumference measurement. My waist circumference measurement is 33. So now 1/4, I'm marking 1/4 here. Connect this place. The next thing is to come back to our crotch line, this crotch line, to extend our crotch. To extend our crotch, just divide your thigh circumference measurement by 2. We divide our waist circumference measurement by 4. We divide our hip circumference measurement by 4. But here now we are going to divide our thigh measurement by 2. So we have 25 here. 25 divided by 2, that will give us 12.5. So what I'll be doing, I'll be marking my 12.5 here. 12.5 here. Then I will now use my armor cuff ruler. I will use this side to cuff to curve this area like this, because our flap must not be too long, so that if the have so now to indicate the middle, just place your tape measure on the crotch line, include the sewing allowance I added to it like so, then indicate, just fold your tape measure like this, then indicate the middle. Here is the middle. So I have 6.25 here. So on my knee line, just place your tape measure like so, then you mark in 6.25. Sorry. So on the ankle line, just place your tape measure like this, just to indicate the middle. We are doing this just to indicate the middle. The same thing applicable to the hemming line. As you can see, I've indicated the middle of my trouser. So if you like, you could create a straight line here. If you like, you could create a straight line to join it, but since I've indicated it with chalk, I don't need to do that. So now, after done with that, then we are going to be dividing our knee circumference measurement by 2. Our knee circumference measurement is 19. 19 divided by 2 will give us 9. Will give us 9.5. That is 9.5. 9.5 divided by 2, it will give us 4.75. So you just mark it, just place it on that middle. This is the middle. Then you place it back like this. Make sure you start from that middle, like so. Then you mark it. As you can see, I've marked it. Then on the ankle line, hope you can see, this is my ankle length. So on this ankle length now, my ankle circumference measurement is 14. 14 divided by 2 will give me 7. 7 divided by 2 will give me 3.5 inches. So you mark it like so, then you still mark it at the other side. So you mark the same thing on the hemming line. So after done with that, the next thing is to connect it with our ruler. So I'll be using my pants cuff ruler to connect this side. You know, we have from the waist to the hip line, we have connected that place. Just place your ruler like so, then you connect it to this. So I'm done with that. So at the front here, at this front, just place your pants cuff like this. As we can see. So now, here at the down parts, you just use your straight ruler to rule it, to connect it. Just use your straight ruler to connect it like so. So at the other side, So here is the outcome. As you can see, the down parts. So the next thing is to cut out our trouser. But before doing that, I want to explain something to us. You can sit on a flat surface to take measurement of your crotch measurements. Then you could divide your hip circumference measurement by 4 to get your crotch length measurement. So you can choose either of the two methods. Then not only that, you divide your hip circumference measurement by 4. Then your thigh, you divide it. For your cross extension, you divide your thigh measurement by 2. That is how we got our crotch extension. Then we divide our waist by 4. Flap area of our trouser, we are come down by 1 inch. Out of the 1 inch, I will be marking half of an inch for sewing allowance. Half of an inch. So here at the edge like this, we are going to come up by 1 inch, half inch. I'm going to use that half inch. So I'll be connecting the half inch here to the half inch up here. The half inch I added to this side. This is for sewing allowance. So now here's the remaining fabric of our. Here is the remaining fabric. I've folded this into 2. What I'll be doing now, before placing the front, here is the front. Before placing this front, I will first mark a guideline here. After done with that guideline, just place your tape measure. Just place your tape measure and mark 1.5 inch round. Mark it all through, like so. Then you connect it with a ruler. It's for butt right? Because we have, that is the reason I'm adding this, because of the weight at the back side. That is the reason I'm adding this 1.5 inches. Then you could do 2 inches. It depends on the clients you are making trouser for. So after done with that, I will be placing my front panel on this. So here is the front panel. Just make sure that this line here. So after placing this one, the next thing is to mark your dart. Just place your tape measure like this. Just mark 1 inch at this side. I've marked 1 inch here. It's with your hip line, as you can see. This is the hip line. So just place your ruler like so. Then you blend it. The next thing now is to insert our sewing allowance. Is to put all our sewing allowance. So now for the flap area here, I'll be adding 1.5 inches till I get to the middle of the flap area. When I get to the middle, I will be marking 1 inch till. So here is it. So after done with that, this butt right, we are going to connect this butt right to this side. So now I'll be using my ruler, this ruler, to connect it like so to this line here. So you are going to just connect it like this. As you can see, I've connected it. Then you extend this line. This line, you will extend it to this second line. Make sure you extend this second line to this first line. After done with this, then you extend all these lines. So after collecting the butt right to this side, to our that side, the next thing, so to extend our crotch, just take 1/4, place 1/4 of your hip circumference measurement. Just place it. Please don't place it on this line, this 1.5 inch that we added to the front panel. This is the 1/2 inch that we added to the front panel. Don't place it on it, just place it like this. So that 1/2 inch must not be included. So this, okay, here is the middle. We have indicated the middle now. Just place the 1/4 of your hip circumference measurement on that line. Place it like this, then forward. Whatever you get, your crotch extension. So here is our crotch extension. Then make sure that when you are extending this line, make sure you slant your hand like so. It must not be straight, just slant your hand down a bit, like 1/4. As you can see, I slanted my hand down. After done with that, then I'll be using this my cuff ruler to cuff this side like so. I don't really want too much wide. So after done with the extension of our crotch, then the next thing, we had all our sewing allowances. All our sewing allowances is coming to the back panel and is going to be at the front side here. The reason why we are putting it at the front side is that we'll be able to maintain this straight line at the side of our trouser. Right? So now the next thing is to start marking my 2 inches. So I am done with that. After done with that, just take your ruler. The next thing now is to cut out our trouser. But before cutting the back panel, I want us to know that here I told us I marked 1.5 inch here for butt right, because we do have bigger weight at the back. So that is the reason I added this, so that the part of the bootor will not be open when we put on our trouser. Then at this area, this flap area, I added 1.5 inch to this side, and I told us that at the midpoint here, I reduced my hand to 1 inch. So that is all about that. So the main thing pattern, the main thing that we need to know after the butt right is here. How to extend our crotch. To extend your crotch, just divide your 1/4 of your hip circumference measurement by 2. So indicate the middle. Here is the middle, the one we marked here. Here is the middle. Now measure that 1/4 again, like this. Then place it on that point, that middle point that you have marked. Then whatever you get in front like so is your crotch extension. And if I measure what I got here, I got 3 inches. So just put it at the back of your mind. So here I'm done with the cutting of the back panel on it. Line, just place your tape measure like so. As you can see, just place this, whatever you get there, indicate the middle like so. Just indicate the middle, then mark the middle. Then now marking 4 inches downward like so. Then you connect it together like this. Then at the both side, I will be marking half of an inch at the both side, half of an inch at the both side. That is going to be my dart legs. Then I will be connecting that dart legs to this point, hope you can see. I'll be connecting here to this point. I have to slant my hand. Like so. So I'm done with that. So here is going to be our dart. So next thing, I want to teach us how to cut our pockets. No, this is the side. Just marking 4 inches like so. 4 inches by 5. It's okay. You could make it 5.5 or 6, but that one is okay for this tutorial. It's going to be then the next thing is to cut it out. So for the pockets, here are the pieces I'm using for the pockets. Just make sure the width of your fabric using for your pocket is up to 8 inches is okay. Then the length must be 10 or 11 inches. Here I have 10 inches. Here I have 10 inches. You could make yours 11 inches. It's still okay. So the next thing now that I will be doing, I will be placing this one under on it like this. Place it like so. As you can see, it's already on it. Then you have to shape the side to rhyme with the so I have shaped it with the hip side. So the next thing now, you just mark this, you transfer these measurements on it. So I'll be using this cuff ruler to connect it like I did for the front pattern. Then the next thing, I will take 2 pieces out of this. Then I will cut it. Then I will leave 1 piece. Then I will show us the reason why I do that. Front pattern, you can see I have cut my pocket mouth. Then here is the 2 pieces that I have cut out of the 4 pieces that we shape for our cut those 2. Then these 2, the reason why I don't cut this, I will show us now. So it's going to be like this. The right side of the pocket will face the right side of the trouser pattern like this. Then let's assume we have stitched it like this. So as you can see, let's assume I've stitched this place. So this one will be inside like this. You see, it will be inside like this. Then this one, is 2 pieces that we didn't cut. We cut 2 pieces. So one of this one will now be under like this. Then the reason we shape it is going to be this one. So you just place it like so. You understand? As you can see, hope you can see. So as you are looking at it, it's as if we have stitched it. This is what we are going to get when we stitch it finish. This is going to be the outcome. You understand? Those 2 that we didn't cut will be the one that will be showing outside now. So if you like, you can use plain pattern for this side if you want. So it's the plain pattern that will be showing there. You understand? The other one that we cut will be inside. As you can see, this is it inside. Then this is the one that we don't cut outside, like so. So that is how it's going to be. Then the same thing applicable to this side. Then for the flap, here is my flap. This was the pieces that we cut out of this place. It was the pieces that we cut out of this place that I used to cut this one. What I did, I just measure the wideness of 2.5 inches here. As you can see, that is what I did. I measured 2.5 inches here. Then I cuff it. Then one thing I want us left side, while the main flap faces the left side. Then I'm done with that. So for this one is going to be the flap that we used to stitch the zipper with. It will be much fun if you guys can stay tuned and watch part 2 on how to stitch our trouser. You understand? It's going to be much fun. So let's go there. So now we left 2 inches above when it started cutting the front panel, you know. I told us my band height was 2 inches. That 2 inches by 2, it will give us 4. And we know that our band always be on fold, like so, plus ½ inch to stitch both sides. So it's going to be 5 inches. So what I have here is just the 5 inches that we need for our band. So the next thing I will be doing now, I will go and iron. Just take your waist circumference measurements, then plus sewing allowance, then cut it out. It's as simple as that. Thanks for watching this video. Please, if you find this video helpful, like, share, and also don't forget to subscribe to support the channel. It's your girl. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.